It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that it's a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
And it's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from SoFi. Oh, he's got room past the 30. They're going to be set up with a short field. What a tremendous kick return.
Well, I think we both knew, Mike, coming into the game that special teams would play a big role, but I don't think either of us expected it to play itself out on the opening play of the game. I mean, what a return. That would have been something. He takes that all the way. What a start.
The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But what he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
They face 2nd down and 7. Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
Pass caught right side by Higbee.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Stafford. He gets this to the veteran tight end, Higbee.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Stafford now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We met with them the other day, Mike, and the offensive coordinator, he went out of his way. He was adamant that they felt really good early in this game. There was a lot of things on this opening script they could do to attack this defense. Well, needless to say, I don't think giving up a sack on the first play was what he had in mind, and now they face a 2nd and long. They got to get back on track.
On 2nd down, Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
They go right back to Collins. He's got it again. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
First carry for Joe Mixon. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. Third and a yard. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. They'll go right back to Mixon. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the 1st down.
These are the situations why, Mike, that some teams continue to keep a fullback on the roster. You get into these third and short situations, just hand it to the big guy, put your head down, pick up the first down.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Kirk. 11 yards on the pass there. It's good for a Texans first down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Mixon. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6. Now here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is caught. Hard running, close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get 1 more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put
a dive, and he's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Texans move out to a 7-3 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They run over center with Williams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. We are through 1. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They put Adams in motion. Now a 1st down throw for Stafford. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. He'll find his tight end. That's Higbee. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So it's 4th down, punting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. Braxton Berrios deep to return. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Stroud. That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
A run here with Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. On play action, Stroud. Looking free downfield, it's Kirk. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Here's a give running left with Mixon. He's to the 10. And he's going to be taken down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They look to run with Mixon. Powering forward. He's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans extend their advantage to 14-3. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. A return now from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready to get back at it. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They put Adams in motion. Stafford now to throw on 1st down. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Stafford now on 2nd down. And that'll be batted down and incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Texans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He keeps it himself.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's 2nd and 9. Stroud. Trying to set up the screen, but he just had to spike that one. This will be incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
They try to work the screen with Mixon. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. The give running right. It is Mixon. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Here's a 2nd and 12. Now Stroud. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around. If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
That one caught by Schultz, the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Now Stroud got his man. It's Kirk. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to throw. Stroud. He'll tuck it and take off.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight of the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up second and goal.
Line of scrimmage, the 7 for second and goal. Throwing is Stroud. There he goes. And he will score. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Houston. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Texans move out to a 21-3 advantage. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He'll start at the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. A shotgun snap to Stafford. Quick throw, taken in. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Stafford. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment, but for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they'll try to keep it going.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Second down, and here's a run, and here's Mixon. He'll get this close to the first down marker, taken down just shy at the 38.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll try and run for this with Mixon. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down for Houston.
You can see the trust they have in this running back and the offensive line. You're facing a 3-and-out. You're trying to extend this drive, turn around, hand it to the guy behind you, and let him do the rest.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll find his big target, the tight end Stover.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
A second down throw for Stroud. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. We'll try and run it here, and it's Chubb. And he is going to have a Texans first down. He's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Kirk is the motion man. They'll go play action with Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
That one going nowhere, but a late penalty flag comes in. They may get bailed out here. Here's 1st and 10. On the option, they give it to Mixon. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. To the goal line and in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. Fairbairn to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense ready for their first possession of this 2nd half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
2nd down, it's Stafford. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
The motion man is Nakua. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So here in the 2nd half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points. But really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
The Texans offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. Here's Mixon. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Stroud to throw. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Third and 6. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That is caught. Finding Higgins. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Texans first down.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Stroud. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. And now they'll be looking at 3rd and goal.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. Things not looking good, but see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Open man, that's Adams. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Stafford now on 2nd down. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
I like the play call there. 2nd, relatively short. Give your quarterback an opportunity to push this ball downfield, but realize this quickly. Nothing development. Get the ball down to your back. Pick up a new set of downs.
1st down, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That's caught by Puka. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
It's no secret this day has been a rough outing all around, so at this stage of the game, really no choice but to remain aggressive and just try to find something positive on a day where there's been a lot of negative.
Stafford to throw again. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Again, it's Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Stafford now on 3rd down. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
Really nice call there on 3rd and inches. You have the defense thinking run, and then you hit them with the short pass, and the yardage you get after that is just gravy. They turn this into a nice play, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. To the air again. Stafford. That is caught. And they are into the end zone for the 1st time today. Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams are able to cut into the deficit. Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. And they're going to take over possession.
Texans off once more. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the give, this is Mixon. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On the handoff, it's Mixon. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They will work the middle with Mixon. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. On 3rd down, here's a run by Mixon. And they've got it. At the 19-yard line, they're into the red zone and still on the march. First down picked up. Now Mixon, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. They'll run with Mixon. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And make it a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
One last throw here for Stafford. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. So it's a win here for the Texans. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.